In this video, we're going to be previewing a matchup here in the Midwest region between the 3 seed, the Creighton Blue Jays, taking on the number 14 seed and the champions from the MAC conference, the Akron Zips. For the Creighton Blue Jays, they come into the NCAA tournament with a 23-9 record overall. They finished third in the Big East Conference, and they lost in the Big East Conference quarterfinals. This team has efficiency galore on both ends, but especially on the offensive end. They're 12th in the nation in offensive efficiency, third in terms of 2-point field goal percentage, very efficient around the rim. A lot of that is due to Ryan Kalkbrenner, their stud big man. Now, also offensively, they take a ton of threes. Nearly 49% of their shots come from beyond the arc. They make them at a pretty solid rate, 36% from outside for Creighton. This team plays a moderate pace, 207th in the nation in pace. Not super fast, not super slow, kind of right around the collegiate average. On the defensive end, 24th in the nation in defensive efficiency. They play good paint defense. Again, a lot of that's due to Ryan Kalkbrenner, and they are first in the nation in defensive free throw rate. That means they do not put opposing teams on the free throw line. That is certainly huge. Kalkbrenner, now the 3 years in a row, Big East Defensive Player of the Year, the big man for Creighton, has such a big impact. Now, the key player that I want to highlight here in this video is Baylor Shireman, who leads the team in scoring and rebounding as a guard/wing. This guy is a lefty. He's got a smooth stroke from beyond the arc. He averages 18 points per game and 9 rebounds per game. Here's a stat for you about Shireman. Creighton is 16-3 when Baylor Shireman hits 3 or more three-pointers. If he's hitting from beyond the arc, they are likely scoring. Creighton is at a pretty high rate. Now, my concern for this Blue Jays team is their consistency, right? Can they perform at this high level when they are playing their best basketball? I truly think they could go to the Final Four and maybe win a national championship when they're at their best. However, they can look bad sometimes when they're at their worst. Also, this team isn't super deep. They only play 7 guys, which they get away with because they don't foul very much. But again, not a ton of depth from Creighton as well. For the 14 seed, the Akron Zips, the champions of the MAC conference. They finished second in the regular season and won the MAC tournament, 24-10 coming into the NCAA tournament here this year. This is a defensive-minded team first, 97th in the nation in defensive efficiency. They're 13th in defending the three-point line. They allow their opponents just to shoot 30% from beyond the arc. That's big, especially when you're taking on a Creighton team that loves to shoot the 3 ball. They're also 46th in the nation in defensive rebounding, so they close out possessions well as well. On the offensive end, they also take a lot of threes like Creighton. Unlike Creighton, they do not make them at nearly as high of a rate. They make 32% of their threes from beyond the arc. That is below average. However, they are efficient from 2-point range, 31st in the nation in 2-point field goal percentage. Now, the key player to look out for this Zip squad from Akron is Enrique Freeman, their senior forward who's been on a tear as of late. This guy averages 19 points per game and 13 rebounds per game. He had an insane game in the MAC semifinals where he had 24 points, 21 rebounds, and 7 blocks. This guy is a monster in the paint. Watch out for Enrique Freeman. Now, my concern here for this Zips team is also with Enrique Freeman. Freeman's a beast, and he's really aggressive on the inside, but he also has a bit of a foul problem. He averages 3 fouls per game, and he's picked up at least 4 fouls in his last 4 games as well. If he gets into foul trouble, the Zips are going to be in trouble. As far as the matchup here between these two teams, both these teams, Creighton and Akron, want to take threes. Obviously, Creighton on paper, the better three-point shooting team, but we will see how it plays out. Interesting matchup in the post between Ryan Kalkbrenner, the three-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Big East, and Enrique Freeman, the absolute man for Akron. I think that Ryan Kalkbrenner is going to get Freeman in a little bit of foul trouble, and Kalkbrenner does a really good job of defending without fouling. That's part of why he's the three-time Defensive Player of the Year. Akron has to do a just masterful job of defending the three-point line to have any sort of chance in this game, because Creighton is just so talented. They've got 4 guys who can really shoot it, really score it. They've got 3 guys that are averaging over 17 points per game. Creighton's so tough to stop on the offensive end of the floor. If I had to put this on the upset potential meter, I'd probably have this one at unlikely to no chance. This is just not a great matchup. I feel like for Akron, they don't have the size to match up with Creighton either. If they shut Creighton down from beyond the arc, certainly they could pull off this upset. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Freeman might get in a little bit of foul trouble. I see Creighton running away with this one. Give me the number 3 seed Creighton Blue Jays to advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Do you want to win your March Madness bracket pool? Do you want to not only beat your friends and family, but absolutely humiliate them? If you like the sound of that, subscribe down below to College Hoops Tonight, because we're previewing all 36 first-round games of the NCAA tournament to give you the edge you need to nail your bracket and absolutely crush your friends and family in your bracket pool.